Pal. Prabhudas Liladhar joins us on the phone line from Mumbai. Surajit, this comes as a triple whammy for the company because of the warning letter for 3 of their facilities. Can you give us the contribution that all these facilities have to the overall business and what the damage could be here on?
Actually, I haven't seen the full detail of it. Could you
we
please
could read it out.
Sure.
Yeah, we could read it out to you. Dr.Reddy today issued a statement acknowledging it has received a warning letter issued by the US FDA dated November 5th relating to API manufacturing facilities at Srikakulam, Andhra Pradesh and Miryalaguda, Telangana, as well as oncology formulation manufacturing facility at Duvvada, Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. This action follows the earlier inspections of these sites by the agency in November, January and February respectively. GV Prasad's comment, we take quality and compliance matters seriously and stand by our commitment to fully comply with the GMP quality standards across all our facilities. We will respond with a comprehensive plan to address these observations within the stipulated time frame of 15 days. We will continue to actively engage with the agency to resolve these issues.
I think this is quite a big surprise because people are focusing on Srikakulam from outside guys. But it looks like that there are other plant also they commented which was never been public, number one. So that's why it is bigger negative. Second point is that management last time when they interacted, I mean before this call, last conference call, they seems to be pretty confident in terms of their interaction, in terms of their work activities, whatever they have done. They were confident that that next visit will give them a clearance or resolution. But both things put together, it looks like it has been a bigger problem for the company.
Not both 3, Srikakulam, Miryalaguda and Duvvada. So that what is the total amount of drugs?
The company generally don't disclose, but I think their complex product, particularly in oncology product, will be at risk, even if not in immediate future. But if they can't resolve it, their major production of oncology injectables, so many of them are producing over there, as well as the API of those products will get impacted and they cannot supply over there if they can't resolve within a expectable time period.
What is the total sales to US?
At this point of time, you can expect around $480 to $500 million. $450 million you can expect per quarter revenue from US.
Do you have any indication of how much they get from this Telangana plant, the API facility?
No, they never give any kind of indication.
And okay. Ekta is also with us. Ekta, go ahead.
Yeah, Surajit, I just wanted to ask you, is there a lack of disclosure by the management about the other 2 facilities? Because was it necessary for them to have received 483s and then that wasn't known even though they're not expected to disclose it, and only then could it have turned into a warning letter?
Yes, I mean, given by their public information, I don't think the other 2 plants ever been mentioned even in their communication.
So is that a concern for you?
Yes, because management did not disclose, even if in many times they interacted with outside parties, but they never mentioned this.
Okay. How many US facilities do they have which actually manufacture and send products to the US right now? And how important would the oncology as well as the Telangana facility be besides Srikakulam?
See, they are one of the 2 key products they manufacture at or contract manufacture at Cipla's plant, which is Dacogen and Vidasa. But the other products, I think they do manufacture on their own, and the formulation which they manufacture in Cipla, the API they supply from their own plant, which is mainly Srikakulam. So I think if their API been stuck or the other product been stuck, then their major business or driver, which is basically complex product, and they are not going to face much of heat because not many competitors are coming like what Lupin has been facing, So I think this is a serious issue with the company, and this is going to impact the valuation for near to medium term in terms of hangover.
Okay, what is the approximate returns from the oncology formulation business itself?
I think injectable business, that gives them roughly around $250 million revenue in a year.
And not all of it is to the US, obviously.
No, I'm talking US injectables.
Oh, US injectables is $250 million.
Yes.
So that clearly is affected.
Yes.
Okay, what will you, I mean, just off the cuff, what are you paring down by way of earnings or profit in the current year itself, in the next, in the second half of the year?
I think we have to do further detailed work, talking to the company to understand that, how many of them has been there. But definitely this year, as of now, there will be no revenue to be impacted. But definitely what you can say is the revenue at risk. That will be a new definition which you can look at it.
And normally, how long does it take to set things in order? Is, G.V. Prasad is quoted as saying that in 15 days, they will come with a comprehensive plan. Are these rectifiable in a quarter, 2 quarters?
I think, given by their confidence, they were very, very confident, I would say, if I not put any kind of numbers. But I would say they were very confident that they are going to get resolution. But given this kind of outcome, that will definitely dent their confidence. So which I expect, given their kind of management wavelength, they will call up their all meetings and try to figure it out. But their time is very less. That much I can tell you. I mean, even if they reply in 15 days, but the point is that they have to resolve it faster. Because their whole model, which is the pipeline as well as the current one, is all dependent on oncology and injectables.
Oh yes, in fact the stock is down 11% now and the volumes are also picking up. What's your view on the stock, Surajit? Because this has been one of the biggest gainers this year. It's still up despite today's fall. It's still up almost 20% for the year. Do you expect more downside because of this news flow?
Sentimentally, it's very negative. Till the time company comes out with clarity that how much revenue is already been there. So till that time, this kind of volatility will remain. And second thing is that which they will not disclose, and which will be and definitely depends on the on the speculation, is that how many of their pipeline are dependent on those plants. Okay. So that is more important than the existing one.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Surajit Pal. After you do your number crunching, we'll touch base with you yet again. But the market's fearing the worst. As Surajit said, it is the value at risk or income at risk that the market is now trying to ring fence. And if it is $250 million that the company makes only on oncology products sale to the US, then that clearly looks like a large number. Over and above that, there are API or raw materials to make pharmaceuticals, which are in the other 2 plants, Midyalaguda and Srikakulam. Ekta, if you're still with us, any numbers that you can add to?
Well, no numbers right now because I haven't had a chance to actually go back at my desk and work at the numbers. But nonetheless, I just wanted to add one point where the lack of disclosure that they had possibly received 483s or observations from the US FDA post the inspection for the other 2 facilities is something which I think would concern the street going forward.
Okay, so it's also a corporate governance issue and a revenue at risk issue at the moment. So it'll be perhaps more than just an EPS calculation that you will have to do. Dr. Reddy's clearly has spoiled sentiment for the heavyweights. Until now, the Nifty was still standing in the green until about half an hour back. But this steep fall that you're seeing in Dr. Reddy's has ruined sentiment a goodish bit. 7950 has been given up. We started the morning almost trying to lunge towards 8,000. Anuj was warning us that 8,000 is proving to be a very difficult resistance. We came back to flat terrain, though the mid-caps did show more weakness. But with the Dr. Reddy's news coming in at around 10:05 or 10:10, we saw the big caps also giving way. It was one of those tall stocks which was an all-weather performer, Dr. Reddy's. So that kind of a sentiment beating the market is unable to take. This is several stalwarts that have let the market down. Tata Steel, Dr. Reddy's, Bank of Baroda, all 3 of them have given seminal bad news. We thought Tata Steel was about the burst that the market could take. And then comes Bank of Baroda with a huge whammy. And now Dr. Reddy's, it's bluest of blue chips. So as Ekta says, it's more the difficulty of the market to accept this fall perhaps in corporate governance that the market is now factoring into the stock price. Plenty of stock ideas out there. All that coming up for you on Chartbuster.